Go for it.
Hi guys, I'm Derek McGlattery from Derek's, and this is
Jack Clark with the PumpX. So,
and we've got a new truck out here. It's the fresh design, fresh everything. Jack, why don't you tell us why you guys like to have the extended cab?
I like the four-door trucks because what it does is it moves my weight farther backward. So then my mass kind of sits more in the center of our cab.
Yep.
What that allows me to do is run the front of my tires a lot longer.
Yep.
So as on your front of your pump trucks, you'll get a lot of cupping and,
yep.
and then you go through tires like every 6,000 miles. So I went to the four doors
yep.
to move that weight farther back.
Yep.
And I think that that's really been a nice add. It drives more like a car, which is good and bad. But, you know, we run a lot of employees in these trucks. And I think that this is the safest option to get that length and that weight spread out.
Yeah. And it's much better in ice and snow and mud. Tell us more about what you put in the back.
So we do a pump box in the back at 180 water. And so what we do is we be able to put all our inventory and everything in there. And so we can put all our control box on top of our pump box. And then we do, you know, all of our pumps from half horse all the way up to 5
you
horse.
Smoke out the windows and nobody can see that's in there.
Exactly. Yep. Close the door, lock it up. You know, and the new Fords have been really great for us too. They switched to that 10-speed. We had a 2019 before with that older transmission in it. And since they switched to 10-speed, we've actually picked up about 2 miles to the gallon.
Oh, really?
Running the new Fords. So I mean, this day and age, that's a big deal. At
that's
$5
worth
a gallon.
So
yeah.
So as we got into the designing, this has been a very long project to design and build this new pump hoist. One of Jack's things was he wanted a ability to put a welder on here for doing your pump tests and stuff like
pressure
that.
Tanks, extra space that isn't necessarily in the bed.
Extra space is always necessary on day-to-day living. So. We went with the CM truck beds box, and tell us more about that.
So the CMs are really cool because everything bolts together. So like even, you know, all your side boxes, all your top boxes, everything is assembled with bolts. So if you rip this door off, I mean, we can just simply order you a new one, get a new one. You know, even with your top boxes, a top box is sometimes a big add when you first order your service truck. And so with the top boxes, as you guys can see, it's all bolted into. So even if you don't order the top boxes when you buy your hoist, it's something we can add later. And so that's what I really brought me to CM. Well, and their credibility. I mean, they're a really good known brand, but it's nice that, you know, everything bolts onto them.
What is this here, right here?
So
Jack?
This is actually a power inverter. So this is to charge all our Milwaukee batteries when we're running down the road. So we just plug everything into there. Obviously we got a little bit of junk in this box still, but yeah, no, and so we just plug it in, it runs on a switch in the truck, and it's a power inverter to charge all our batteries.
Nice. Yeah. Really handy.
Simple things. Simple things.
Simple things is what makes a great pump hoist.
It is.
Now on the back here, Jack had a really good idea, and this is something nobody else is running. On the primary, Jack wanted to be able to lift his guys to be pulling pumps, but all of a sudden, if you get caught in the hole, you want the winch to stop. You don't want it to just absolutely tear into a 6,000-pound pull. So Jack asked for a hydraulic pressure control. So when this is turned on, we go up, and it will only pull as much as we tell it to pull. When we turn it off, we get 6,000 pounds. And this is good when you're running younger people out on the controls and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, we're training guys here every week, so it's you know, it's a kind of a big necessity to be able to increase that pressure, especially, you know, if you ever trained a driller, you understand the niceness of being able to speed it up as you go. So.
The other thing we did too is we made the levers go up and down. It's a unique thing that in the industry it's not common. Sometimes they go left and right. Sometimes they go in and out. We made the mast go up when it goes up, extend up when it goes up, winch goes up when it goes up. It's just unique, and it's odd in the industry.
And it's really a natural feel to it. Like when you operate this pump hoist, it seems like, oh, that just makes sense, you know? And I think that that's really what we tried to incorporate in this entire build. Is that, you know, when you reach up and you need to get in your bed, oh man, it'd be really nice if there was a handle here. Oh, look at that.
Yep.
You know, oh man, it'd be really nice if there was a step there, and your tailgate slams. So.
And here these are set for
1
your
inch
different
pipe
size?
wrench and an 1.25 pipe wrench. So what I find my guys doing is they'll fold up their thing and then they'll hook their wrench on there, right?
I hooked the wrench on there to hang it, so when we're
So then you
operating,
can grab it, go right to your wellhead, hook
Yep.
it back. And so just simple little things that we tried to think of to make it all work, you know?
Another simple little thing is a way to store our hooks. Our hooks up here just go into a slot, so we don't have to reach up and unhook anything. If you're a little bit vertically challenged, it's harder to reach up there. So this, it just slides down, comes out, and unhooks.
Always better keeping your feet on the ground.
Yeah.
You know? We've all
Yeah.
pulled up and seen our guy climbing on the tailgate to unhook that, and it's a spooky deal.
It's not good. So
Yep.
another thing we did is we make these come down. Future, we're going to have options for electric up and down, just to make things safer and easier for the guys. We've got counterbalance valves on the jacks. The jacks are all the way out to give us the maximum stability. Counterbalance is much better than a lock valve because you don't have chatter. Everything's just super smooth on
Yeah,
that.
24 inch of stroke in those, which
24-inch stroke.
which is a lot when you're wide like this too.
Oh,
you know,
it's
I mean, if
huge.
your jack is mounted here, 24 inches of stroke is much different.
Well, you
even that
can
18
see
inches out.
we're on a slope here, not much, but we're on a slope here right now, and we've got it
Yep.
straight.
And then the whole bumper assembly is all bolted together. So if you go through a ditch and you rip this entire thing off, you literally pull 2 bolts, and we'll ship you a new one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everything on this is built to be serviceable. And I think this is a good thing to touch on too, Derek, is these. I mean, these are a really big
Yep.
safety deal. So this is something that we kind of caught that, you know, I don't know if a lot of guys have thought about, but there's not a lot keeping this thing if it ever failed, right? So if this cylinder failed, what would happen? And so we built in this safety to, you know, protect it from coming over top.
So it's a mechanical stop for the mast to come to only to one point, and it stops. So if the hydraulic was to fail or something was to fail, then it has an actual mechanical stop to it. First in the industry. The winches. The winches we're using synthetic rope on the one winch.
Too.
I've used it I've got guys with over 3 years on their synthetic rope, loving it. The hook weighs more than the synthetic rope, and you don't have to lug around a big, huge, heavy piece of metal. So that's one of the blessings that I love about it. The hook, which is probably a little bit bigger than it needs to be, is still 10 times heavier than the whole rope itself. We run a hook exactly this size on rope, and this hook here weighs more than that whole rope does. So that's what I like about the synthetic rope. We can put any kind of rope on it, but I like the synthetic rope because it'll wrap up around and it does not have problems.
I think you should touch on your hydraulic cooling too, because that's a pretty neat feature.
Oh yeah, the hydraulic cooling. I forgot to mention that. The hydraulic cooling is just like a drilling rig. Go figure. The hydraulic cooling is all automatic. It's not hooked up right now, but we are going to get it hooked up here shortly, and all that does is as soon as the hydraulic temperature comes up above a set point, it will turn the fan on and keep the fan on until it goes back down. No more do you need a switch or a flip a switch, and that comes standard because a pump hoist needs cooling. All of them need cooling. It's not an option. It's you're getting it. The derrick design.
Oh yeah, that was a big change. Yeah.
This was something. We actually built another mast, another derrick, and Jack came up. He looked at it. I wasn't happy with it. Jack wasn't happy with it, and he said, "Okay, let's come up with a brand new design." And what we've done here is it's all folded parts. It's a 10-foot stroke, and it is something unique, something that there's all UHMW in there, so it slides in. You can see up the top there with all those bolts. We got UHMW 4 corners, to hold it in place so that it'll last a long time. We made it very easy to be able to change the UHMW, and the UHMW is just it's a cheap bearing on that.
Yeah, and then I think like when you stand this thing up and you know you go to lay back that derrick, I mean you start to hesitate, like you're going to have some slop in it. And with this rig, we actually haven't had any. I mean, it's been a very nice tight rig.
Yeah.
And you know, to be able to have the serviceability to be able to get to that internal cylinder
Yep.
has just been really a nice add. You know, and
Yeah.
then all the strength up top like that.
We want to keep
So-
everything smooth for the guys. We want, you know, you got long days. We don't want to make them more stressful by having a hoist you're having problems with. But
Yeah, it's a pretty sweet deal. You know, I think it's going to be pretty new. So
yeah, it's changing the industry. We're not Me Too guys. We don't want things that are a brand new antique. We don't want something that you know, it looks like it was built in 1960. We want something that looked good, functioned good, and it's going to be here for a very long time.